Hey everybody, welcome to Aniki, the podcast about anime with two brothers. I'm Ben.
And I'm still on my Galarian vacation.
Are you a sensitive salary man?
Ooh, I wish I was a sensitive salary man.
Oh, you should have gone with that one.
I should have gone with a sensitive salary man. Yeah, I suppose.
What have you been up to since last we spoke?
Pokemon.
You're not part of Dexit?
Lots of Pokemon. Huh? Dexit? Oh, that's stupid. I don't know why people are that upset. What I think is the funniest thing about this whole controversy is everybody is beside themselves saying, this has never happened before in the history of Pokemon. Bullshit. It happened in Ruby Sapphire.
I have a friend who is knee-deep in all of this nonsense.
And it's just like, it happens every time they change platform. Every time they change platform, the architecture changes, and they can't do it. It's happened twice, I think, before. At least once.
He's like, the thing is, the adult fans went through this already. But all the kiddo fans who are like in their 20s now, trying to relive some nostalgia, they don't get it. They don't understand the pain.
It's happened before, and you're just like, yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Also, this is the first Pokemon they can patch, so if they want to put more Pokemon in, they can. A lot easier than they could in previous iterations of the game.
I don't really have an opinion one way or the other. I wasn't going to get it.
I mean, it's also, the Pokedex is 400. That's a lot.
Yeah, but it's not the whole thing.
There are 890, and if you want the game to be nothing but Pokemon Stadium featuring 890 uniquely modeled renders, I mean, no one has that kind of time to render 890 unique assets for a game.
Someone's already done it, right?
Oh, I mean,
I don't know that for a fact, but I'll put money on the fact someone has done it.
Did you ever check those 5-minute Pokemon renders?
Are those the ones where the guy sort of drew them from just a description of what the Pokemon were?
No, but that's fun. No, this is so. A while back when this controversy was rolling, some idiot on Twitter was like, really, I don't see why they can't make all 890. It takes maybe like 5 minutes to make a Pokemon. So everybody was doing 5-minute Pokemon renders where they would try to make a Pokemon in 5 minutes in a 3D rendering program. They're hilarious.
I found the best ones.
Oh, they're all great. All of them are beautiful. They're all beautiful babies.
Here says nightmares happened.
They are all beautiful children who should be loved and protected.
Well, oh wow. What?
Oh, they're beautiful. Look at these beautiful babies. Look at these beautiful boys.
I'm looking at these things. They're
all good boys. They're all good, happy boys.
There's one here of I forget his name. It's the snake one. Ekans. He's just a stick with a snake head on it.
Yeah. No, they're all great. They're all wonderful.
This is just terrible.
They're all great.
Why? Although I love it. This is great.
Because some idiot on Twitter was like, it should only take 5 minutes to create a 3D Pokemon.
What is that supposed to be?
They're all
the one you just posted.
Oh, that's not Espeon. That's the fairy type Eevee.
Esperion?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, I know something about Pokemon.
They're all beautiful baby boys.
They're special.
They're all so good. Okay, somebody did Porygon, and that's kind of cheating. But they're all just so bad, and I love them.
Oh, dear. Hey, speaking of bad,
I forgot the Mr. Mime. Yeah.
Guess what I did since last we spoke?
I
went and watched a movie. You know what movie I watched?
Was it The Mandalorian?
That's not even a movie.
You're right, it's not, but it's real good.
Yeah. I watched the Konosuba movie.
Oh, why?
In a theater, because it was there.
Why? Okay. Well,
and several people at work were like, we're going to go see this. I was like,
I'm watching a lot of Hallmark movies, but those aren't in theaters.
Yeah, but the Hallmark movies didn't have the screenwriter of Pulp Fiction give it a 5-star review.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is it actually that good? Surely it's not that good. Surely it's bad. It's got to be bad.
I mean...
Okay, I'm sure it's entertaining. I'm sure it is entertaining.
It is entertaining. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen it, so you should go see it.
Oh, la-dee-da. How much can you spoil Konosuba?
Not much. I mean, it's basically like one extended episode. I will give it props.
Yeah, hijinks ensue. That's
for keeping the hijinks humorous throughout the whole thing. Like, it never felt like it was just coasting.
dragging to get to the next joke.
Yeah. And it did have one part I didn't like. I think during our episode, we talked about the best thing about Konosuba, if there is such a thing, is that it's an anti-harem. Right? It's not a reverse harem. It's an anti-harem. You got a bunch of girls. You got a dude. Yep. Both parties hate each other.
Yeah, basically.
Unfortunately, the author doesn't think so.
Aw, boo.
And has decided that...
what's the author know?
Not much. That Kazuma, that's his name, Kazuma and one of the girls pair up.
Okay,
although
which girl?
It's questionable. Well, who do you think? It's the lolly, of course.
Oh, it's always the lolly.
It's always the lolly.
Come on. Ugh.
And, well, you get introduced to the lolly's little sister, who's 9 and definitely a lolly, so you can be like, well, see, she's not that lolly, so it's fine.
Yeah, of course. Why can't it at least be darkness?
Because she'd like it too much. I don't know. It's not romantic, but they are definitely, like, buddies with maybe friends with benefits down the road.
Yeah.
Type deal.
Lame. Boo. Yeah. Boo.
It was fine for what it was. I didn't expect much. There was a man with a body pillow sitting in front of us.
Okay, I can't. I don't know what to do with that information.
The theater was sold out, my brother.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
You don't understand.
At least it wasn't a Sword Art Online movie.
No, it was not.
Yeah, I went to go see the new Terminator movie. You know, it's pretty good.
Is it?
You know, the action's great. It has a little bit of and pause for social commentary. And okay. It has a lot of that, so it's not going to age well like T2 will, or did. It gets a little too mired in its own like pause for social commentary to the point where it's going to feel dated in about 5 years.
That's unfortunate.
But I mean, the action's good and the characters are good, but there's a little too much pause for social commentary type deal.
Sad. Hey, I started reading Dracula.
Oh yeah.
The
it's
same
good.
one that you recommended, the one with Tim Curry.
Yeah, no, it's really good. He's barely in it because there's not much by
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing, but it's really good.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in a lot of the journal entries where he is talking.
Oh, and they don't have Tim Curry?
They don't have Tim Curry talking. But in other diary sections where other people talk, they are also characters. They do sometimes put in...
No, they don't. Only if it's their explicit journal entry.
Oh.
Only when it's their journal entry do they talk.
I feel like they did it at least once. Because I was like,
don't think so.
Well, maybe I'll hear more of Mr. Curry. And I was wrong.
Don't think so.
Anyway, I'm halfway through.
There's not much Mr. Curry in it, but it's very good.
I did watch one episode of Kaiba.
Kaiba. Oh, that show's bonkers.
Yeah, I watched one episode of Kaiba.
That's all you need. It doesn't get any less weird than that. It's bananas.
I don't think I have the proper mindset currently in my life to appreciate Kaiba.
I think we have a picture of it in our archives of one of our episodes where I even quoted saying, it's definitely saying something about something, but I don't know what. Maybe it's cat soup.
That was cat soup. It's definitely saying something to someone somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. But Kaiba's the same way.
I watched one ep and I'm like, this is tiring just trying to keep up with this thing.
No, it's bananas.
And it goes on for, 12 more episodes. Aha. I'm going to set this aside.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch it if you want, but...
I'll get to it at some point. I'm sure it's art.
Crazy. I mean, that it is. It is definitely art.
It is an art.
It is one art.
Let's see. I also read a book my wife recommended called Spinning Silver, which is a take on Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. It has a lot of strong female characters, quote unquote.
Like actually, or the
actually.
trope?
No, like for real.
Oh, that's good.
It's actually like set in. It feels like the Carpathian Mountains around Romania and such. Are those the Carpathians?
Probably.
I think so. Anyway, it's like there's a lot of talk of boyars and czars and all that kind of nonsense. So it's also historically sort of accurate for the time.
That's good.
But there's a demon prince and all. The only problem with it is it's always told from first person perspective, and the narrator keeps changing, and it doesn't tell you who it's changing to.
That's
and
harsh.
there are 3 main characters, and as the book goes on, it keeps putting more and more characters in, and it gets tiresome.
Yeah, I bet. Look at this gift from Kaiba.
Oh, I didn't get that far.
I mean, It's just bananas.
That is 100%. What?
That's 100% Kaiba. That's one of the most Kaiba gifts I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's
where you're just
right.
like, okay, I'm sure this means something.
Oh, and then the last thing is I started reading Crest of the Stars. Are you familiar with Crest of the Stars?
I recognize the name.
It was a big deal back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
It was don't want to say it's a light novel series because there were 3 volumes, but it was really one book. And
yeah. I know this.
Several anime series, actually.
I think we watched it. I think we watched it in Anime Club because it was one of those like, oh, this is very, very old.
It is quite old.
And if I recall, it was pretty good. Yeah, space elves. They're space elves.
It is space elves, although they're really people, but whatever. That's not important.
Yeah, whatever.
So the story so far is pretty good. I'm like halfway through the first volume.
Yeah.
It unfortunately is pulling a Neil Stephenson.
Okay.
The book does things like, I don't have it in front of me, but let's say we're talking about podcasting, right?
Okay.
The alien race would talk about podcasting, parentheses, Zarfalax, in the way that other people would talk about radio. So Zarfalax, blah, blah, blah. It just keeps introducing alien terms, and then we'll use those alien terms forever. And lovely. So now I'm halfway through this book, and like half the words feel like they're just these made up terms. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about anymore.
It's like when people do bad language building in fantasy novels. Like Tolkien did it well. People try to copy that, and they can't do it well. Tolkien had the common decency to stick most of his crap in the appendices that you don't have to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy, I think he made up his own language. I can't tell because it's really just vocabulary at this point. And he sprinkles it in. The Aragon
problem.
And then it just continues. And it drives me crazy. I'm like, I'm sure there's a great narrative in here, I think. But, well, speaking of great narratives.
Oh, yeah. No, I can think of none greater.
How would you like to talk about Bokusatsu Tenshi Dokuro-chan?
Dokuro-chan? Which still has one of the best anime themes, arguably of all time.
I would 100% agree.
It's a great theme.
It tells you exactly what it's going to do. It doesn't spoil anything. It's catchy.
And if there's one thing I can say about this show, is that it's extremely memorable. Because I still quote dumb stuff from this dumb show from a million years ago.
Man, when did this thing first come out? It was like 2000.
A million years ago. 2005.
Oh, Lord.
A million years ago.
That's so long ago.
I told you, it's very old.
Man, I feel dated.
And you know what? It's still better than Rosen Maiden.
Oh, you went there.
I'm going there. Dokuro-chan feels less dated than Rosen Maiden. Part of it's because the animation of it's actually really good. It's really well animated, especially for 2005.
I have so many questions about that.
Well, they probably had a sizable budget and 4 episodes, so
yeah,
they just animated it well.
You want to give the elevator pitch for Dokuro-chan?
Dokuro-chan is an angel from the future who kills the person she lives with and raises him from the dead. A lot.
I counted.
While she is killing him, she is actually protecting him from other angels.
As you do.
Because he'll accidentally turn the world lolly.
I mean, isn't that a danger all the time?
I mean, it's true.
I don't know what to say about this show. It's both hilarious and disgusting. It's a horrible piece of trash, and I love it.
Yeah, it's very subversive, still.
It is. It parodies a lot of stuff.
It does, and it does it fairly well. Oh, I remember. I wasn't going to be on a Galar vacation. I was going to say I can't do this podcast because I've been turned into a monkey.
Or a Shiba Inu.
I'm sorry, I can't do it.
I'm a monkey. So I guess I'll throw up a spoiler thing here. It's 4 episodes. Go watch it. Come on.
It's 4 episodes. It's from 14 years ago.
Oh my Lord. Almost 15 years ago.
I know, right? So it's from forever ago. And the plot is so thin, I've explained all of it already.
It's variations on a theme. That's what it is. How can we have Dokuro kill Sakura-kun this time.
Yeah.
And repeat 14 times.
Oh, did you count?
I counted.
Oh, that's good.
Well, it may be 13. There's one or two that are questionable. Did he die or not? I wasn't sure, so I counted it and put a question mark next to it. But yes,
I mean,
he dies a lot.
Pretty safe to say yes.
If you want to know, he dies the most in episode 5. 3 times.
Probably true.
Oh, it's 4 episodes split into 2 episodes each, if you're confused.
Yeah. 2 50-minute episodes. The classic American way of doing it.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's an on-purpose joke or not, but one of my favorite things is how Excaliborg, ostensibly an iron nail bat, slices things apart. And I love that it does that.
Nothing in this world makes sense. What are you even talking about? I also love
all the names of all the other angelic weapons.
I didn't
and
catch
what those weapons
Sabato's weapon's name. The cattle prod.
I'm sure it's here somewhere.
Let me look.
Durandal.
Durandal?
The shock baton Durandal.
Delightful. I like Zakuro's the best.
Zakuro's is pretty good.
Exilax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which are what? What's her weapon? Exilax.
It's a wet towel.
Yeah, it's a wet towel.
You have a nail bat, a cattle prod, and a wet towel.
Towel people with. Yeah, that's real good.
Like I said, none of this makes sense. And you know what makes even less sense? This is based on 11 books.
11 night level books. That's bonkers.
How?
I don't know. I don't know how they were able to hand an ecchi PS2 novel game.
There's 10 books, 10 novels, and there's an extra book of fan stories, basically.
Yeah, like...
What? How?
What this is a thin joke to begin with. So thin that the anime industry could only stretch 4 episodes out of it. And yet
here we sit.
Novel books.
3 mangas.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's weird. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Oh.
It's good. I mean, is it good? I don't know. It's certainly memorable and entertaining.
It is entertaining. Let's go with that. I guess let's start with Sakura.
Okay.
I mean, he's just a normal 13-year-old second-year junior high school student who invariably in the future, while trying to create a perfect lolly world where women only age to 12 and then stop, accidentally creates the elixir of eternal life. So God hates him and sends several angels to kill him. But one of them decides, I'm not going to kill him, but I am going to kill him a lot.
Yeah. I'm not going to murder him forever. I'm just going to murder him because if I distract him enough, he'll never get around to actually studying hard enough to be able to make the pedophile's world.
Yes.
Hilarity ensues.
I do like the fact that he's like a total sendup. I mean, everything he shows. Total sendup of your normal anime protagonist. He is technically the chosen one.
Yeah.
But in the worst way possible.
For something dumb. He's also lightly perverted, as you do.
Lightly perverted.
But not particularly. It's weird.
He's quite perverted. He is a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah, that's true.
And he is quite led astray by his nether regions.
That's true. That's true.
But other than that,
But is he smitten with Dokuro-chan? No, not at all. But actually, his childhood friend.
Yeah, Shizuki-san.
Yeah.
Who he never gets with because she is actually living out the normal trope of the love interest in a show.
Yeah, no. I mean, the show even starts trying very hard to be a regular like
slice of life rom-com.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? It reminds me of basically anything Key made ever.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
That's how it starts. And even all their eye shapes are the same.
It's very clanted. I
will say that by the end of the show, if it hasn't become clear, he has extreme PTSD and Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah. Probably from being murdered a lot.
Now, you say that, but I think it's because he's looked past some of her negative traits and has really seen the deeper, more profound Dokuro-chan.
Okay, which is?
Hang on, I got it here somewhere. You know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Beholders can disintegrate people with an I-beam.
or a nail bat.
Or a nail bat. So I do like how Dokuro-chan was able to get her club founded. That was very delightful.
That was horrifying. What are you talking about?
I like how well they don't go into it. First off, she founds a club that is about watching wood glue dry from being opaque to clear.
She's aiming for the Nationals.
Aiming for the Nationals. The question is in this world, are there Nationals for such a thing?
I don't know, but she seems very keen on them attending the Nationals at some point.
But she got the signature of the teacher to sponsor it.
Uh-huh.
Somehow. She just kind of goes, did you know there are nerves in your teeth? And Sakura's just like, I don't want to know anything else.
I don't want to know, but out of curiosity, why is the stamp on this paper in blood? And why is it crinkly from what appears to be... Are these tears?
Are these tears staining this? It's quite good.
Oh, dear. What about... Well, let's talk about Dokuro-chan.
Okay.
Herself. The woman made flesh. I will let you know that as Sensei rightly pointed out, Dokuro-chan does have a nice body.
That's true.
They let you know that start of the show. That's how you know everything's gone crazy. It's not that Sakura got killed within 5 seconds of the show starting. It's she's the transfer student, because of course she is.
Mm-hmm. Obviously.
And then the teacher says, introduce yourself. I'm Dokuro-chan. I'm an angel. I have magic powers. Here are my 3 measurements. And then the sensei says, as you've heard, Dokuro-chan has a nice body.
Yeah, that's the important part. Moving on.
Oh, she also disappears a girl, turns one boy into a monkey, and then Sheena Inu's another boy.
She's what I would call possibly a light yandere character. As in, if there's anything getting between Dokuro-chan and Sakura, she will remove.
Indeed.
Remove that. But not the way you would think, through murder, but rather just changing things.
Just slightly. Poor Aiko-san just never existed.
Yeah.
And no one remembers her. So I feel like Dokuro-chan is like your waifu material.
No, not quite.
Really?
She's a little too manic pixie dream girl or manic angel dream girl.
Dream girl's pretty strong. Nightmare girl?
Maybe.
I wouldn't want this in my life.
No, I don't want to be murdered.
Okay, question.
Yes, answer.
Sakura gets killed at least 13, maybe 14 times in this show.
Yeah.
And at each point, he's brought back to life through Dokuro-chan's magical abilities.
Well, one time he's half brought back to life as Admiral Perry, but yes.
Well, we'll count that. Sabato, the other angel, has come back from the future and is threatening to kill him. Right. Yeah. So what's the problem?
Okay, well, here's the deal.
What's the dilemma here?
So if Sabato kills Sakura, only she, with her magic, could bring her back. See, you can only reverse the effects of your own angelic weapon.
I feel like you're reading that in.
I feel like I've made it up just this instant to explain things. This is what's called a head canon.
Aha!
And I'm using it here quite liberally to make a nonsensical subversive show make sense.
I see.
Because it's important that this world holds together under some sort of cohesive logic.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, is she a sendup of Nanoha, of Sakura really from that one show with the cards, Card Captor Sakura?
Card Captor.
Or
so this
is it just a mashup of the bunch?
So it's probably a mashup of the bunch, because again, she's the mashup of any sort of a manic pixie dream girl, right? She's the come into your life, change everything to make your life better, and I'm hopelessly in love with you type.
Right.
She's that, but oh, so much more.
And is that a good thing, though?
I don't know. She's got a catchy theme song. That's all I know.
She does, and she has.
And her cell phone is a giant spike, which is pretty rad.
Well, let's not ask questions about that, because that just brings up a whole line of inquiry I'm not comfortable with.
Yeah, but best not to think about it too hard.
She does have one of the best magical phrases ever.
Yeah, can you illumine us?
I am not even going to try.
Oh,
maybe I'll splice it in here right there. My voice is not nearly as cute as that.
All right, well, fair enough.
If you would like to have it a go.
No. Moment's ruined now.
All right, fine. How about Sabato?
Sabato? I like her horn. Hey, no one her horns either, really. Actually, no, I think somebody does have... someone does her horns.
Sakura does her horns, and then she herself her horns.
Yeah, because she loses her horns.
Question.
Yeah.
Are those actually her horns, or are they just glued on?
No, they have to her horns.
Because they do fall off quite a bit.
They do, but in the same way Daffy Duck's bill falls off, so...
Oh, that's a fair comparison.
One would not say that Daffy Duck does not have a bill. So Sabato her horns.
That's fair. Sabato comes back from the future because Dokuro has failed in her mission and is apparently called a traitor, to both bring Dokuro-chan to justice and also to carry out the mission for which she was originally sent.
I do like how she does get her own eye catches of destitute angel Sabato-chan.
Were those... That was only the last episode, wasn't it? Or was it multiple?
Possibly. It was one of them. I mean, there's 4. Take your pick.
Yeah, I know it was the last one
or
at
the
least.
next to last one.
She does have, as we said, the deadly shock baton, Durandal.
Yeah, Durandal, the deadly shock baton.
Which can char blue whales in the blink of an eye, she says.
It's very important to know this, I guess. I don't know.
It is through Sabato that we learn a very important fact about angels.
Oh, yes, whereas if you remove their whole halo, they get explosive diarrhea, as we alluded to last episode.
And I will say, I feel like this is where the artistic side of the director really shines through, because through the expressions, the very subtle and
well, this was a
meaningful
classic
expressions,
thing, right?
I felt her pain of explosive diarrhea.
I know, right? But this is sort of, so you know the sort of Ren and Stimpy school of shock stills.
Oh, they borrowed heavily.
This, yeah, well, and GTO too, right? It's very similar to GTO in this regard. GTO would do it all the time too. And GTO is from around that same time.
Yeah, when did GTO come out?
99 to 2000, so just 4 or 5 years earlier.
Okay. So it borrowed heavily from both. I'm sure GTO borrowed heavily from Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, no. I think it was just
we also found out that their halo
poppy thing from the time
is
sharp as a samurai sword.
It is.
I do like how Sakura learns how to grab them and fling them by clapping them together and then tossing it.
It's like he's had a lot of practice by that point.
He gets it down.
I do feel sorry for Sabato because eventually she not only lives under the bridge in a box, but she also is wandering the woods trying to find basically anything to eat. So I don't think she thought her trip to the past all the way through. Well,
I think she just thought she was going to kill him and be done. Her plan B was to not let plan A fail.
That's a good plan.
It's brilliant, really.
She's also very less inclined to be, let's say, modest. She has no proclivity towards using her feminine wiles on our poor hero.
Well, that's true. I mean, she has a job to get done, and she's going to find her way to getting it done.
Let's see, who else
Bless her little heart.
Bless her heart. There's another angel, Zansu.
Well, there's not much to say about him. He's just like the man on the inside helping out Dokuro-chan.
I've never figured out how he's helping.
I don't know. Well, he's like Al.
Oh, well, no. Al has helpful things to say on occasion.
Well,
right?
Okay. Well, he doesn't here in the anime, but maybe he does in the books. He's Dokuro-chan's Al, obviously.
His only claim to fame in the show, at least, is he has a mohawk.
Yeah, yeah, that's about it.
That's about it.
That's about the end. That's about the end of that. He's really a non-entity in the show, to be honest.
There's another angel who we meet only in the last 2 episodes.
Yeah,
and that is Dokuro-chan's sister, little sister,
younger sister,
Sakura.
Yeah,
who I feel is either the inspiration of, or at least the spitting image of Esdeath from Akame ga Kill. Because they look exactly the same. Here,
absolutely. Yeah, I will agree with that.
You don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you.
Oh, yeah, so it is. Yeah, that is.
That's
her.
100%.
Toe to tip. Get her some towels.
Akame ga Kill. When did this come out? This came out in 2010. Or at least the first manga did. And then the show didn't come out until 2014. So I'm going to go ahead and call them out for copying our beloved Sakura-chan.
Or just the fact that Japan likes girls in military outfits.
Hey now.
So
I'm trying to link up all these things into one grand unified universe. Everything is really in the Dokuro-chan universe.
I mean, that's possible. To be honest, you could have showed me this picture wrong chat. You could have shown me this picture right here, and I wouldn't know if it was from Megami Got Killer or the show we just watched. So it's in the eyes are in a slightly more modern style, but I would be hard pressed to say that it was not taken from Dokuro-chan.
If I didn't know Akame Ga Kill existed, I would say that's a fan art of the last episode. Yes,
exactly. Needs more towels.
That's really uncanny. I think she has a handkerchief.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's a very forgettable show. I'm not gonna lie.
Which one?
Akame Ga Kill. Akame Ga Kill.
You see Dokuro-chan, your life will be changed. You'll reference the show forever. At least very, very much Sensitive Salaryman, the movie.
And then, there's Shizuki, who's like the only other human that matters. Hey, what about the class?
I love the class.
What's wrong with the class?
They hate Sakura so much.
I felt really bad for him in the camping one. Where
oh no, that's so good.
It's so cruel. It's so mean.
It is, but it's very good. It's a good joke. It's a well set up joke.
It wasn't just that joke.
The glare of their eyes, and then his hands start shaking, and you're like, yes.
This poor boy. He's finally like, I have true friends.
No, you don't. You're a miserable sack of
not
Dokuro-chan.
You only have Dokuro-chan, and good luck with that. Hey, speaking of that episode, I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Actually, it's not a question. It's more of an observation.
All right. I have no retort.
Well, if you don't want to curse where you get told something really funny, you'll have milk well up inside your mouth and puke like this all the time. You'd have to pay some money.
Okay.
That's a direct quote from this show.
Yeah.
I don't understand anything I just said.
I don't know. This show's bananas. It's a good bananas.
It is a good bananas. Oh, I had forgotten about this reference because this was right at the time in the last episode when Dokuro-chan is being whisked away by her sister to the future where she awaits tribunal, etc.
Yeah.
Sakura pleads and says, "No, please don't go. I swear I'll never invent something that turns women into lollies. That's something I'll never do. In fact, I'll be gay for you." Hard gay.
Hard gay. Yeah.
Like, man, that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
I know, right?
I wonder what he's doing.
I mean, the first episode starts with several pop culture references, circa 2005.
I know, right? Is he still hard gaying up? I'm looking it up.
I don't know. His wife is a hottie, though.
Ironic that. Oh, it doesn't say. He's 43 years old, though.
Yeah.
Oh, he just returned in 2019.
Oh, good for him.
Back to the pro wrestling scene. Good for him. I'm glad to see that he is doing well. Apparently it was a 10-year hiatus. Things I now know. So yeah, Dokuro-chan, it's a thing.
Yeah, no. I mean, it is worth the hour and a half it takes to watch all of it.
And if you want it for yourself, on January 28th, in the year of our Lord 2020, it will be available to you, dear listener, on Blu-ray from Amazon for only $30.
Only $30 US.
Yes, it can be yours, and you can have this thing on your shelf to show other people that you not only have it, but that you've watched it.
I know Dokuro-chan. I have watched this animation.
Oh, dear. So what are we going to do next time? I know we're probably not going to watch anything because you're busy living in the hell that is retail.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. What are we going to do next time? I have no idea.
Oh, it hasn't come back to you?
Oh, you know what I got?
What?
This was my brilliant idea. I don't have time for it. I found, at Half Price Books, the entirety of the Robotech novelization that came to America.
Okay. I have a lot of questions that just came to mind.
Yes.
First of all, why?
Why did I buy them?
No, why do they exist?
Why do they exist? Because Harmony Gold loved money and still does.
Second question. Robotech? Really?
Robotech novels, yep. I mean, Robotech was a big deal in 87.
But it itself was just a hodgepodge of stuff.
Macross.
Yeah.
Of Macross and other Macross shows.
You're saying that somebody wrote
together.
Not only a novel.
Yeah, 12 of them. They were paid to do it, and one came out every month during the course of 1 year. So, I mean, they were just spat out.
Was this just they went to fanfiction.net and just found the longest ones and printed them out?
No, I mean, you couldn't back in 1987. No, they hired some guys, and they watched Macross several times, and they had like a direct line to their head creative lead here in the States. They actually did more work on trying to make a cohesive universe out of the three Macrosses they mushed up together to make Robotech than the Robotech guys did. That's really quite fascinating. There's an interesting history about them on Wikipedia. But no, they put a lot of work into it.
Something came to mind. Who would you say had more effort? The writers of this novels, as you say, or people who try to explain Kingdom Hearts?
Oh boy. Anyone who tries to explain Kingdom Hearts is unexplainable.
I'm just asking because I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah, it can't be done. I mean, there are several podcasts determined to figure it out, but it still can't be done.
No, it makes no sense. Well, you said you have no chance to watch anything, right?
I mean, barely.
Barely.
I mean, maybe a movie film for television. I mean, The Night is Short, Walk On Girl is on Amazon. I would watch that.
Night is Short, Walk On Girl. I mean, I could probably watch that.
Yeah, it's either that or I watch Agami Ga Kill and just actually watch Dokuro-chan a second time.
I was gonna say, don't waste your time on a Agami Ga Kill. It's just a disappointment.
It's no good.
Okay, fine.
All right. Damn straight we will.
So next time we're gonna watch The Night is Short, Walk On Girl. You do you. All right, so we'll see you next time.
We will walk on a walk-off roll.
Try not to get hit in the head with a nail bat.
Yeah, that's bad, turns out.